We might be drunk. We're here at the Comedy Store.
We might be hungover.
Yeah, I'm there too.
Oof.
That bodega will get you.
3 hours of sleep, I think.
Oh!
That was crazy.
5-star hotel, 3 hours of sleep.
Oof.
Was that 5-star, you think?
5-star, but in downtown L.A.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, we got called what we could call it? A die on the way in.
Oh, my God. Yeah, guy screamed at that. Made me homesick. Yeah, screaming at us. I was like, hey, let's speed up.
Yeah.
Let's walk away.
It's 10 in the morning.
Right outside the store.
Oh, yeah. Sunset Boulevard, baby. What a town. Good
Jesus.
movie.
Good movie.
So just to set the table, we're out here doing a Netflix shoot, roast, and we're done. And we had a little mixer last night, and now we're here.
Yeah, the roast
recap.
was a lot.
Oh, yeah. It was off the rails.
No after party.
No after party, no snacks, no nothing. No drinks even. We supplied the
booze. Nothing, Netflix.
Come on.
How was the experience for you, Matt, in the audience?
Well, I got there like 5:58, and I stood outside till 8 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
There was one bathroom downstairs. There was a line. There was like 40 people in line to go to the bathroom. That was insane.
Gee, the migrants have a better situation.
It was. I mean, I don't want to like trash production, but
Trash it.
it was pretty shitty. Like they didn't have any organization.
Oh, we know. We were there, too.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't tell anybody where to sit. There was just like sit wherever you want. It's like it's just bedlam.
Bedlam.
Yeah, Mark turned to me, goes, it's Seth Green in the front row. And then we were like, oh, shit, it's Seth Green in the front row. Like, this might not be a good crowd.
Yeah.
This is like a celeb crowd.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, it's great guests, great jokes. You guys were fantastic, of course.
Tim
Thanks,
Dillon
man.
did great.
Tim was he killed.
Biden, amazing, of course.
Adam Ray killed it.
Oh,
yeah.
my God. I mean, we went first, which was probably good, I think. But we did have some dark jokes up top.
Yep.
But then by the end, you're just like, get me out of here. I mean, I had a weird moment with Stamos.
We got to talk about that.
That was a weird moment.
Super weird. So the show's winding down. Thank God. Feels like we've been sitting on that stage for 9 hours. And
It really was close to 4.
Really?
I mean, yeah, that was almost 4 hours with people doing pickups. It was rough. And Mark and I were itching for a whiskey.
Yeah.
And Miss Pat's like, didn't you already have one? We're like, I don't think you know how this works.
Yeah, it's not a sandwich. I need multiple. Although she might need multiple sandwiches. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miss Pat's great, but yeah, we're sitting there forever, and we worked so hard on this. We flew out to L.A. We got up every night.
We had like a week to write this, which is not a lot of time. God bless the writers.
We're writing every day, around the clock, just trying to perfect it, tweak it.
But the writers on this roast are like the unsung heroes.
Yes.
Because they have to write so much shit.
That's true.
Shout out like Mike Lawrence, Dickie Egan.
Oh, yeah.
Pat Barker.
Yes.
So many good writers. Mike Gibbons.
Yeah, he's a beast. So, yeah, we really worked on it. And then it sucks when you work on something super hard and then the show feels kind of half-assed. So you're like, come on, we did our part, you queefs.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it came together in post. We don't know yet, but...
Editing is pretty magical. I mean, they put Jurassic Park together. We'll see what they can do with this. But
I think this would be harder to put together.
I think so, too. They can open doors. All right.
Yeah, so the Stamos moment was weird. The show's winding down. His segment's not going great, so I decide they're doing a People's Sexiest Man Award thing.
John Krasinski.
So the joke is he's got the award and Stamos is mad that
it's not him.
That it's not him, which is very relatable, and and it's not hitting. And we had lines in our head that we wrote. We also had lines that some of his writers feed us. And I take a shot and I go, I mean, love you, John, but you haven't been in anything memorable since Rebecca Romaine.
Great joke.
Does okay. It's not a hot crowd.
No, the crowd was tough.
Does okay. And he gets fucking angry. Something changed in him when I said that.
That's true.
And it turned into something where he's like, that joke's been done at the Bob Saget roast. And I was like, I mean, that was 15 years ago. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It was a line I was fed by a writer. I can't say that. So now he's like basically been like, this guy's a joke thief to the crowd. There's not a lot you could do. ends with me being like, "What? All right." I'm like a little thrown.
It was wild. I thought you guys were going to come to blows.
I know. And then he goes, "Well, this guy's career's dead," which is like the most LA.
Well, you said he's dead. He goes, "Who's dead?" And you go, "Bob Saget."
Bob Saget. I'm
and
like, that's that's how long ago it is. And he goes, "This guy's career's dead," and it got a pop. And I was just like, "That got a pop." I was like, what the fuck? So it was weird. And you can't really bounce back from just being called a thief.
Yeah.
It was a weird moment.
It was super weird. And
I mean, none of it's going to make it, I hope. It was weird as hell.
That's all on the cutting room floor. But you can't throw the writer under the bus. But you're also going back and forth with John Stamos. I mean, that was not on my dance card. I did not see that coming when we were working on this. Yeah, it was.
And it was already weird. Like we were already exhausted. And I was like, that was fucking. Tim Dillon looked at me like, what the fuck? Tim grabbed me like, why was he so angry?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was weird.
I think he's been the butt of a joke for 40 years, and I think he took it all out on you.
Yeah, well, it was weird.
But man, does he look great.
He looks good.
He's a full head of hair, handsome son of a bee.
Split his pants? You see that?
Yeah, he split his pants, and all the girls went crazy. Must be nice.
Yeah, I really wish we did that in New York or Chicago or like fucking San Diego.
Anything.
Just get real people in there.
I know.
I mean, look, I feel like we did pretty well.
We did. We did well. We did our part.
But, you know, we ran the shit out of this.
Oh, yeah.
You need more than a week's notice to roast a concept. We're not roasting a person, we're roasting a year. It's a very strange thing.
That's what the show was. It was a concept. There was no hard, clear agenda. It was just like, we'll figure it out. That's what the show should be called. We'll figure it out. But we got through it, and we got a story out of it. Stamos. We got yelled at by a hobo. We did Black Sundays, or what is it called?
Chocolate Sundays.
Chocolate Sundays. That was fun.
L.A. It's never boring.
No, it's a wild town, baby.
It's always interesting.
Tinseltown, La La Land.
God damn, it was a weird night.
Yes, to say the least.
No gift bag?
Oh, come on. What is that?
How about like a varsity jacket I'm never going to wear? Netflix? Come on.
VH1 gives you a gift bag.
I know. They're fucking sinking. They're like, here's, a candy bar.
Yeah, Comedy Central got you a candle.
That's right.
Crazy.
Comedy Central will give you good gifts.
Netflix is playing fast and loose. I mean, they gotta step it up there. Flicks.
People will probably watch it, but Comedy Central no one watched, but you get a pair of Jordans.
Right. Hulu. You hear that? Gift bag.
It was a weird crowd, though. There was a lot of older people.
Really?
Maybe they were
dude, fucking Mr. Magoo was in the front row. What was that?
Oh, yeah, the Monopoly guy. Yeah, Adam Ray got them because the two guys from the Muppets are here.
That was good. It
had to be said.
Yeah, what crowd was it? I mean, it was definitely a lot of industry people. Notoriously the worst laughers.
And hot girls and celebrities. Not a great batch for stand-up laugh reactions.
Yeah, these are hard-honed jokes. We're looking at the crowd. There's women texting. We're like, oh, good.
I know. At least there was some eye candy there. I was so bored on that stage.
Yeah, Seth Green. By the way, I'm next to Mark. We're backstage. We've had a few. And Mark goes, Seth Green is so short. And I'm like, he's right next to us.
Oh, yeah. He's a little
He definitely heard you say that.
Oh, well, it might have gone over his head. Okay.
He's tiny.
Sweet guy, though.
He was
chatted.
So nice.
There was a moment I was like, I'm talking to Seth Green.
He's such a nice guy. Yeah. He's been around forever.
Oh, yeah. Can't hardly wait. Austin Powers, saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Robot Chicken.
Colin Quinn was supposed to be Scott Powers.
Wow, that would not have worked.
It would have worked.
Kid?
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
He's too old.
That's why it's funny.
All right.
Because he did it in Larry Sanders, the shitty son.
Oh, that's true.
I think he could have pulled it off.
All right. But yeah. Well, he's in a Woody Allen movie too. New York Stories, I believe.
I don't think that's like one I didn't see.
Give it a goog. But yeah. We also got to see Derek Myers. What's that guy? Breckenmeyer.
Oh, yeah.
Clueless fame. So it was a real 90s who's who.
That was a real thing where who pointed out, like, Diplo, that's the DJ?
Diplo.
I didn't know who that was, but I knew who Breckenmeyer was. I was like, that says a lot about me, I guess. I've seen Road Trip.
Oh, yeah, good point. I didn't even know who Diplo was. He's a DJ.
I don't
apparently.
know. I've heard the name.
Yeah, he refucks everybody's girlfriend. That's what I know about Diplo.
Damn, I don't know what mine is right now.
Yeah, we've reached a new Diplo.
Shit.
But seems like a nice guy. He was sitting next to Simon Rex. It was couple of hunks right there.
Yeah, good. That's what I mean, though. Simon at least laughed, but that was a fucking... Why would you want an industry crowd at a... Maybe it turned out well.
Yeah, they'll sweeten. It'll be fine. But you just want to kill, and you want the work that you put in to pay off.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get from them what we put in. But hey, that ain't showbiz, baby.
No.
That's why the internet's winning. I can't say it enough.
Yeah, it's an ugly biz, buddy.
Oh yeah,
it's falling apart.
You got to take control. Speaking of control, all right, we're glad we got that out.
Yeah.
So watch it on. When does this come out there, Pete?
January, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Wait, this come out before or after the Santino one?
After. All right. Well, the show's already out, so take a gander.
Take a gander. We did great.
Yeah.
They didn't sweeten the crowd. We were killing that hard.
That's true.
We were just fucking ripping.
Yeah, and him and Stamos are moving in together.
We're best friends.
So it's all going to work out. We got to get out of L.A.
I fucking hate it.
It's like you said, we're two detectives. We're all rode hard, put away wet. We're sipping scotch and crying.
I don't sleep. I wake up like a hitman in the hotel, like, my heart's racing.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
3 hours of sleep in that fucking hotel.
That's the worst.
The worst.
What, you just tossing and turning, or you looking at the phone?
Tossing and turning, and I watched a little TV, and then I keep peeing.
Ah, the peeing, yeah. LA's so weird because they're just holding on to this Hollywood thing. Like you drive down Sunset, it's all these billboards for movies and TV shows, and you're like, feels kind of over.
It's like if you went to a city and they forced you to speak Latin.
Yeah, they're stuck in the past.
It's dead.
It's done.
There's a couple things still popping.
Right.
But it's like overall, it's like this ain't the 70s.
Yeah, it's like going to Dollywood. I'm like, she's over.
Yeah.
She's got a moment here and there, but she's not Elvis.
Dolly's big.
That's true. That's a bad example.
Yeah,
I should have gone Graceland.
Graceland.
He's dead.
He's dead.
You hear that? You conspiracy nuts? Elvis is dead.
JFK is not, though. But
it's quite a headshot he's got. All right. But yeah, so now we're waiting on it. We got a hot guest.
Yeah, we got a good one. I'm excited for this one.
I guess you saw the thumbnail already. It's not like it's a secret.
Yeah. I don't know why did we do that? People do that stuff. We got a big guy. Could be anyone.
Yeah,
that's
true.
You clicked.
Well, we'll see. Could be late. It is LA after all. Got to be fashionable.
Is it fashionable or is it just the traffic? I used to think it was fashionably late, but it's like we're late everywhere just because we're like, you know.
Well, remember that old Ellen joke where she yelled at the staff and then fled the country? No. Where she goes, you ever talk to somebody and they're 25 minutes late and you're like, what happened? They go, traffic. Like, how'd you think I got here? Helicopter in?
That's good.
So it was the 80s.
They got Kobe. He was considerate.
He was. Uh-oh. Is this something? No. It's a little blonde girl, so it could be David. Hey, it's that guy.
David in his chair.
Oh, he's going to have a nice chair.
50% is here. 50% is just 2 minutes behind me.
That is not the most comfortable chair. I'm shocked. That feels more comfortable than that.
Listen.
I mean, I'm not...
We don't even know it came in. It's no big deal. Okay.
It's a lovely chair.
Right?
It's like a church pew.
But hi, guys. Nice to meet you.
Hey.
Heather. I work with David.
Hey, Heather. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet
Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for doing this.
Good boots. All right. We're switching out a chair. Leave all this in. This is good stuff. There we go. Chairman of the board.
Does not look comfortable.
Not at all.
He just needs to be straight up.
What was the what was it? Sporting issue? What do you think was the back?
I don't know.
I think people have back problems, dude. The body don't get better.
Yeah, it's something when he was something to do with you can ask him about it, a variety show, like around 12 years old of age.
What? See, this is good stuff.
12 to 14 somewhere.
Glad I asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Story.
Oh boy, is it traumatizing? I don't want to trigger him.
Well, yeah, no, not at all. It's okay. Yeah,
okay.
It's in his act. He says.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Great. There you go.
Where do you guys want me? Is there a spot out here?
Wherever you want.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you, I'm excited about this flight.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Not because I like a flight. It's just like, that means it's done.
I know. Put a little bow on this shit.
I know. When are we going to invent teleportation? What are we waiting for here? Let's get that cooking. This flying back and forth is for the birds. No pun intended.
Teleportation. You kill the airline industry. It'd be beautiful.
That would be great.
But is there jobs in teleportation?
Ugh.
You're killing a lot of jobs.
That's a good point.
Be better.
Also, it seems like it'd be bad for you. Like, you get like 3 teleports a year. It's like smoking. You can't do it all the time.
Fucks your body up.
Yes. You show up without a finger. You're like, damn it. What happened? Teleport.
I'd get rid of a pinky if I could just teleport all the time.
I would too. If you lose your pinky, you lose 50% of your hand strength. Give it a go. I know it sounds crazy, but that's a real scientific fact. Pull it up. I know you don't believe me. I read it in a tweet.
How much percent?
50.
That can't be right. I get maybe
significantly reduced. It doesn't give you a number. 33 and 54. That's crazy.
Because this side, I guess, is a lot of the.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
You see?
It's a weird jerk off without a pinky too.
Well, that's too regal.
It's too regal.
It's like a cup of tea.
Yeah. That's how the Brits already do it, probably. But.
When I was a kid, my dick was so small, I would do 3 fingers. You ever do that? I still do that. What am I talking about? You know what's the worst? When a girl blowing you, she tries to do the 2-hander, and you're like, hey, I don't play for the Lakers.
The 2-hander.
I'm on the Sparks.
Wringing out a fucking towel.
Yeah, I'm on the Liberty here.
Hey, man.
Hey, Dave. We got your chair, you weirdo. Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Perfect Jean. I got one right up my ass. Say goodbye to stiff cardboard denim like this shit this year with the Perfect Jean. They fit like a dream, look amazing, and are comfortable, and you'll forget you're wearing pants. I like that. What?
I'll tell you the truth. I wear these, not right now because I'm suited up on stage, but the rest of the time, I wear pajamas all the time. And this makes you look like you're wearing real pants when you're wearing actually sweatpants is what it feels like. The most comfortable pair of sweatpants.
Here. Well said. The Perfect Jean comes in a massive range of sizes, so whatever you're packing, they've got the jean for you. I need a mini. I love these. I wear them every day. They're very nice. I just got a new pair. I can't wait to throw these puppies on. Pair your Perfect Jeans with the Perfect Tee. It has just enough stretch to hide a beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest, Doug. And they're as comfy as the jeans.
I don't buy the t-shirt because sucking in my gut is the only exercise I get. But they do work and they do look good. What is there? Is there a promo code or somewhere I could get a discount? I'm a man on a limited budget.
You better believe it, fatty. It's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to the perfectjean.nyc. Get 15% off your first order plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges.
And I don't want to use bad language, but you know what? Fuck your khakis. Get the Perfect Jean.
When you use code DRUNK15 at checkout, that's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc. With promo code DRUNK15. They'll ask you where you heard about them, support the show, and tell them we sent you. Fuck your khakis and get the Perfect Jean.
You stole my line.
Oh, sorry.
Don't let your dick become an icicle this winter. Get some sheath underwear and put it in a little pouch. Hold on a second.
Ooh,
let me
look
see.
at that.
Oh, shit.
Now.
We both got it.
Hey,
love this
Doug
shit.
doesn't wear underwear.
Yeah.
If you haven't...
I wear an inferior brand. You know what? Don't get stuck with the brand.
What, you got Fruit of the Loom?
Saks.
Oh.
Saks never sponsored us, but I still have the leftover product, and I'm a cheapskate. Don't be a cheapskate. Get the real thing with Sheath.
Sheath is changing the game. Sheath has 2 pouches. One's for your dick, the other's for your balls. Keep things cool and warm in the winter. I mean, you already saw it. We're wearing them. We love this shit. They got all kinds of colors, patterns, wear some, military shit, wear some log cabin, red flannel.
Garanimals.
Yeah.
There's
where the cock and balls pouches match.
Ooh.
There's the one where an Asian woman's holding up your balls.
Hey.
It looks pretty cool. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code DRUNK to get 20% off your first order plus Sheath 100% money back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code DRUNK. Get Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls.
Here, here.
Fucking asshole.
How the hell are you?
Hey guys.
Come in.
Got that.
We got Google.
Oh, is that what that is?
If you need to pull something up,
Hey, pull it up.
pull it up.
All right.
Hey, man.
We're already rolling.
Good to see you, dude.
Hey, what's up?
See ya.
Thanks for coming.
See, share, we're blocking all the promo or whatever.
We sell our own hooch.
Yeah.
Just your nuts.
There you go.
I look at you got a picture and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. For real.
We're a little hungover. We're not going to lie.
Oh,
to
we're
you.
hurting.
Is that the idea?
Wow.
Wow.
It's a vice.
We did a little Netflix roast thing last night, and we just did not sleep.
Is that last night?
Yeah.
That was the whole thing? Was last night?
I wouldn't call it a whole thing.
It was rough.
It was bad, but
Oh, because I thought we're going, right? Is this
yeah,
we're
we're
going.
rocking.
this fucking guy's been in here for like a half hour. Like,
I know. He's good.
he's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a guest today?" Bzz, bzz, bzz.
He gets paid in check spots.
he got like a full curveball. Then I walked in. He's like,
Oh, really?
"Oh, no one fucking told me about this shit." Anyway,
thought you were Argus.
because I went to the Improv the other night and to bomb, and then they said you guys were after me, and so I was like, "Oh, cool," and I was gonna stay and say hi, and then I saved a good joke from when you guys walked in. So my last joke would be 6 out of 10, which is a high.
we did the
What's
urban show
Kreischer
after.
doing?
Ah!
By the way, no offense. Kreischer, every guy at the airport looks like Bert Kreischer.
That's true.
It's true.
Literally every third
Every guy in
person.
America looks like Bert Kreischer.
Right.
And
We missed the show because we were here, and we
yeah,
ended
they
up
said
doing.
you got stuck at the store and then they threw some busboy up.
We ended up doing DeRay Davis's show and fucking bombing.
We
Oh,
died.
yeah.
That
You
was
go
our last-
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to read our roast jokes together.
Oh, is that it? So I was hearing about this big Netflix roast, and
I don't know about big.
I don't know if this comes on before or after that, but when does that come on?
27th. This is in January.
Oh, so will be over.
Yeah, so we can trash it.
So we'll know.
Yeah.
Well, but so you guys went on together, and what
Yeah.
did you wrote? You did jokes about the year.
The year.
Yeah.
Stephen
Okay.
Hawking, Taylor Swift, P. Diddy, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And it went okay.
Luigi. Yeah,
Yeah.
We did okay.
The jokes were pretty good. It's in LA. It was an LA industry type crowd.
Yeah.
You didn't do it here.
We did it at
The store.
downtown LA. Some little tiny theater. They're like, give us a link to promote, and then there's like 250 seats, and it's all agents and fucking hot
Oh,
chicks.
yeah.
It was
Fucking-
crazy.
Couple of B-list celebs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Green, Breckenmeyer, the other guy, Diplo.
So brutal.
Yeah.
I'm looking at me in the monitor, so keep talking. But look at the hair's all. I just did the hair. I just got a haircut on the way here.
Well
Looks
coiffed.
good. Yeah.
Looking good.
Fishing a little bit, but that's all right. I fished a little bit, fucking. I got a little tug.
We missed that show you were on because we had to apologize to Dane Cook for bumping him.
Yeah.
Did you bump him here or over there?
Here.
Oh, how'd it go?
He was
He was
nice.
very nice.
We kissed the ring a little.
Yeah, we showed respect.
Yeah, he did. I talked to him recently. He was pretty cool. So, God, that guy's had a fucking roller coaster.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit! If my brother doesn't give me back $100, try millions. I love when you hear millions. You're like,
I know.
What was it, 10 mil?
I think something.
It's a lot of money.
Plus, you got to make 30 to make 10. It's
Right, right.
you know what I mean. It's,
Good point.
People throw around money like that, but you're like, fuck. All the money is so hard to come by these days.
Talk like this, you're going to move to Austin, you know?
I know. I don't know if it's that great. I mean, Austin is cool.
Yeah.
But you don't escape the federal tax. I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, you're getting gunned down no matter where you're going.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's,
They
I like
love
these
guns.
CEOs that are like, they're like, hey, go ahead and shoot him. Everyone's like, you know what? This is a great idea. I was like, God, well, if we can shoot everyone we're mad at, then okay.
Yeah.
Right. But no abortion.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's look at a clip. We'll be right back. What a cliffhanger. So you guys, I'm running it now. So you guys go. I'm sorry.
Well, Whitney told me she might move there, and I was like, you have a palace here. You live in a great
know.
place with a giant infinity pool. Don't leave, you psycho.
I agree. I would rather just talk about moving and not move because Tim Dillon went and he came back.
Came right back.
Yeah.
Adam Egget is still there, but he works there.
Yeah.
So
begrudgingly.
Yeah. I don't know if he loves Austin in particular, but he is there.
Yeah.
And,
there's only so many girls
and you're
to fuck.
part of the you're part of the mothership, so it's fun. At least there's stuff to do. Like in my head, if California gets too tricky with all the shit going on here, I don't know where I'd go. I'm from Arizona. I like it, but there's no one in sync with any sort of showbiz. There's no.
Right.
I can go on the Improv maybe or stand up live, but where do you practice?
You get up a lot still.
I just, you know what? I didn't for such a long run. And Adam Egget, I said, he goes, you never come to a Comedy Store. I go, I'm not passed. I tried when I was 21.
No way.
And Schmitzy said no.
You had credits.
Isn't it a little silly, the whole getting past thing?
I know. I never went in here again. I lived here my whole life. I just drove by it every day, and I was like, just in my head, knowing as a comedian, nope, that's not for me. And then never went to a show, never saw a show, and wasn't practicing enough doing like a sitcom or a movie. I wasn't really working on my act the way I should be to keep up with everybody. And so once I realized I could go on here, and then I went on a few times at the Improv, it made it like, oh, my act has to be better. Like,
right.
I kind of cobbled it together to do a corporate or to do something, but I was never on tour. And then I watched everyone, like Nate Bargatze hitting a piñata full of fucking Bitcoins. And I'm like, wait, these guys make so much money.
Oh, yeah.
And they go on the road. But I never in my head thought I can't take that year off of showbiz.
Right.
And then Alex, who handles me, and Nate and Nikki and all these people that do great, he said, just try it. You can always cancel it. I don't like to cancel. Even spots here. So no offense to Bobby Lee, but even spots here.
I'm with
Sorry,
you.
Whitney. But I don't like to cancel at the last second and jack them. So I don't want to cancel a tour when people get babysitters, but they're just like, if you have to move it, move it. So luckily, no movie came up and I did a whole year tour.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have to cancel. So I kind of liked it. It was hard. You guys do it all the time.
I like the road, but yeah.
The road is
like
okay, yeah. I'm more fragile and frail, obviously. But I did like working my act and taking it more seriously and just like really, it was scary at first. And then, plus if more people are coming in a theater, I'd never done theaters. I'd always just go Irvine Improv,
right.
Do a couple nights.
But how did you, when you work out like Take the Hit?
Yeah.
That's special. You do hidden clubs?
God, I was just doing clubs. And then I think I'd done SNL. So I really never went on, maybe once in SNL in New York. I didn't know any clubs to go on.
What?
And
That's
I just
crazy.
was fucking there till 1 a.m. every night, so I didn't go on. And I think Chris Rock on the weeks off would do it. Adam maybe on the weeks off, but I didn't. I was too obsessed with trying to get sketches on. And then after that was a sitcom here, Just Shoot Me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a couple of people remember?
I love, dude, great show. Great cast. Like,
yeah, thank you.
Everyone. Wendy Malick's so funny.
Oh, she's great.
George Siegel, holy shit.
Oh,
yeah, it was just her birthday. She's great. So that was a lucky break after SNL, but then I started doing stand up a little more, just a couple clubs, and they offered me a special back then when it was, an HBO special was hard to come by, but I didn't really even appreciate it that much. I was like, oh, okay, it was just one more thing. Like, yeah, let me throw it together. But I had never shown any of it, so I really had enough to do it. And then in those days, you guys know, well, you're too young, but like what if I was opening or middling on the road, the headliner would do about 45 to an hour and they wouldn't change it. I'd see him a year later. It was the same. And they would just fucking drink.
Yeah.
It's not a bad life. They would just travel. And then the next time they came, it was kind of a new crowd. And then, but nothing new. And so I was not learning. I was not learning like, hey, you got to rotate the shit. And then I go and do that Take the Hit one, which I did like. And
that's
then,
a great special.
Yeah, it's great.
It was 10. I didn't even think about a special again. They weren't everywhere. And then Netflix sort of blew it up. And,
yeah. I think Louis changed it too with all that hour a year shit that really got people writing.
Yeah. And to write, I do like writing and I think I'm a good writer. I like to try to write. And it's really just always a Rubik's Cube puzzle to crack a joke, to figure out something you like. If it fucking works, it's still the best feeling.
But you got to fail. I think that's why Eddie Murphy's like, I'm going to come back. And then you're like, no, you're not, because you're going to have to bomb for a year and a half.
I agree that it's in a new world of filming and even keeping the phones in the pouches.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have the balls to do that yet.
It's a little expensive, too.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pricey.
Oh, it is?
It's a pricey move.
$15,000 a show or something?
The Comedy Cellar just uses like
Ziploc bag?
Yeah, like Staples bags or something. I'm like, this is like pretty bad for the environment.
Bank of America. It might not work in there.
The best is when they're so proud of locking it up, but then the phone rings and the person can't get it open. Like, oh, cool, now I'm just stuck with a fucking an Amber Alert shit.
Their kids dying. Oh shit!
Everyone's got an Amber Alert at the same time. So those guys are making at least $15,000 a show. Okay.
Yeah, easily.
Spade's thrown off the rest of the show.
But you got the commercial money coming in.
Oh yeah, I just have. But honestly, the fact that I have any money left is just because you try to do so many things,
right?
And then most of them don't work. I have a sitcom in development right now, animated show, 2 movies, and all this stuff. And it all sounds good at a party when I tell everyone.
Right.
But
it sounds good here.
I actually stopped telling people about 10 years ago because I'm like, first of all, I sound like a fucking asshole. Third of all, when they say, what are you up to? It's just such a weird question. Here's the stuff.
I know.
Here's my CVS receipt of things in development.
Yeah.
But when they don't see one happen, it's such a weird business. And then now I used to want to do stand-up to do movies.
Right.
Or to do a sitcom, and it's quietly turning into just do stand-up. And these guys don't really care if they do a movie or do a sitcom. And it's true.
Because it's just too tiring.
And it's going away. It's just too hard to get one. There's not as many.
Yeah.
And there's actually just money in stand-up. You just go and you get paid that night. We like that. Even when they give you a couple bucks to do a set and you get cash, you go,
yeah.
I love it. Nothing like actual money.
Taco money. I love it.
A guy like Bargatze, I think he would lose money if he did a movie.
100%.
Just stay on the road, do
Most
arenas.
people would lose. So if you can combine it a bit.
Take time off. That's the time you're going to take off the road anyway. You're like, I'll make a movie. I mean,
right.
But that's also like, I remember talking to Chris Rock once, and he was like, you young guys do the road too hard, and he's like, you got to make other stuff. And I'm like, we can't just make other stuff. It's hard. It's a different thing. Like Mark and I are trying to make a movie right now, but it's a different. I just did the thing you said at the parties. We're trying to make a movie right now. But
a couple things in development.
Don't worry, me and Theo were talking about that for 2 years. Someone's like, Theo was talking about his podcast thing, and I go, you shouldn't talk about it. It's not happening yet. Because we wrote
We've been doing it for a year probably, right?
Well, first of all, the hard part is writing it. So here's me and Theo trying to get in the same room, and then both on the road, hour Zoom here, 2 hours here, and then meet in LA at my house and finally get it down, then do like another pass, but even just to get to the end. And then you go, there's a lot of problems with it, but we got to the end.
Yeah.
And then you go, what if this guy did this? And then you go back, listen, it's not fucking Inception. Let's not worry about that. It's 2 fucking morons in a movie. But you have to make it make sense. As long as it just makes sense. My argument is, if it makes sense, it just, people remember if it's funny or not. So all the movies I've done, no one ever said horrible, but I did like that it all made sense at the end.
Right.
I mean, they don't even know. I don't even know what Step Brothers is about. I don't know what Dumb and Dumber is about. I don't know what. There's movies I see and I go, what was the pitch?
Yeah.
It just was funny. You just go, oh, look at it. No, fucking Google finally got a wake up call.
That's true, though. Dumb and Dumber is about getting a briefcase back, but you don't even think about that.
Right.
You're just like, oh, he's making funny noises.
Oh, he's wearing a funny outfit now. Yeah. Oh, he has to go somewhere.
Right.
Okay. And he looks ridiculous. So that's just be funny. So there's a lot of those we were going over and going, what was that one about quickly? And they're like, whatever. But this one will make sense. And then what you guys might do is the same kind of thing. It was more him who said, the future is not going to all these streamers right away. Let's just try to just make it.
Yes.
And then maybe just get it to the consumer, because a lot of stuff is just like that. And then I go, I like the idea. I just don't know if I want to be the first one. Like, let's let someone else, and we figure out what they did wrong.
Yes.
And then we go in and, but now we're just saying, fuck it. Somebody came in and said, hey, we'll give you. There was people that wanted to give money. There was places that wanted to read it, and we were kind of going, honestly, mostly Theo, because I'm from half the old school and half the new one, and I appreciate what's going on right now versus before, and I'm kind of stuck in the old way. So are all my people, around me. I have a team like Taylor Swift. I have like 1,000 people. No, I just have one old agent that goes, "What are you doing? You go to Netflix." So, but I still love Netflix, and I like all. My last movie was Netflix, and so it was great, and it did well, and I was so stoked. So it's hard to let that go and go like, should we try to work it for them? But he goes, no, it'll be, let's just do it our way. No notes. And it's kind of hard because we both are in charge. And usually you have a studio, Paramount, on Tommy Boy, you have Paramount. And these are the movies, Black Sheep, Paramount. Lorne Michaels, or the director is brought in, on Black Sheep, we got a director that was paid more than me and Farley. So now suddenly we have a boss that we didn't really have on Tommy Boy.
Right.
And she's saying, I know what's funny for you guys. And you go, oh, so these are the things that you can run across. Even though everyone means to do well, studio notes, TV notes, everything is, you always hear these stories. I would just rather tune it out and just say, do we have the wherewithal to do this? And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least we did it. And then you go on from there. But it is really fun, like a bit where it's like a long bit where you have to crack every code.
Yeah.
What do we wear? What are we doing? Does this make sense? Is this funny? Is this stupid?
Well, it's bittersweet because if you're in control, you have to do all the work.
Ugh.
And Netflix has some control, but they do all the filming, the editing, the production. They have grips and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any of that.
Exactly. That's what we're learning. And Theo hasn't really done
anything.
I mean, he's the thing he's
talking to Trump.
He has stand-up that works, and he has a podcast that works really well.
Yeah.
So he's coming in with confidence, but he also knows this is scary because it's so almost uncontrollable. It's too overwhelming. There's so many ways to fuck it up. And I like those when they hire me for Netflix and I walk in. Where does fucking Spade go?
Exactly.
Put your hat on, turn it.
That's catering, craft service.
But yeah, even those grown-ups movies, like we give Adam ideas and then we just see if they show up in it because someone has to make the final call. So on that one, Adam. So I go, what if this guy did this? Or what if you said this? What if this? And then at the end of the day, you get there and you go, shut the fuck up and do it because it has to move along.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about it forever. You have to go. And those movies are fun. Sometimes like in Grown-Ups, you'd huddle up after a scene and go, hey, what if Kevin James said this? And Adam would go, that's funny. Actually, you say it. Or someone would say this. And he would spread jokes around so it would be kind of fair in a weird way. But we all think of stuff. Like if you guys are on a movie, you think of stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
And then he was delegating. But we knew that because Adam's in the scene. He's right there. And it's easier than us arguing or, you don't know. It's better to have one person pick. And sometimes it's Lorne. You're on SNL and they go, Lorne didn't like that. And you're like, fuck. You can gripe and grouse, but the truth is someone.
And you find that out at like rehearsal that he didn't like it?
Is that at SNL?
Yeah.
Yeah, you find it out when someone goes, Lorne doesn't like you. One time they would say Lorne would pick someone each year to not like. I go, that cannot be true, even though it seems true, because someone would just feel like an asshole all year. But Lorne did like me when I was there, but I just couldn't get anything on. I think Al Franken didn't really think I was hilarious, which
us either.
Understood.
Yeah. He did our pod, and he was like, every joke, he's like, try the veal.
Tough
geez.
sell.
Oh yeah.
He was bad. No yes and nothing.
I mean, listen, I give it to him because he was part of the original SNL, and then I was sadly, I don't think he loved the new guys coming in, and it was, of course, it was upsetting.
But that's how it works. New people.
Yeah.
That's how shows like that. We can't just keep the same cast forever.
Yeah, and I'm no genius, but don't take it out on me. Take it out on Sandler and Farley. No, it was too many,
Yeah.
And I think with me, he could kind of go, maybe I can keep this guy fucking. Which.
Oh right.
And I get along with him now, but I just thought at the time I was told, someone finally went up to me and goes, "Dude, he doesn't like you."
Damn.
And I was like, "Oh my god."
That's got to feel weird because that environment's already stressful as hell.
Yeah, and at least and then everything sort of clicked. When they're picking sketches, he's like, even Lauren Downey, Smigel, those guys liked it. He'd go, come on, what are we doing here? And they go, okay. And I go, well, don't roll over, fucking fight for me. But there's too many people. I was just there 3 months ago, whenever this airs, or 2 weeks ago. So I was there 2 weeks ago, and they called me on a Friday at 1 because Dana Carvey's there, and Dana goes, "I think they're gonna do this sketch about church lady, sort of what you guys did, like what happened this year and who was misbehaving." And he goes,
Right.
I said, "What about Hunter Biden?" Because Spade always says, "Why don't you do Hunter Biden on the show?" So he goes, "Do you want to come? I think they're going to ask you." And I go, "When would it be?" And he goes, "Tomorrow's show?" And I go, "Oh, well, I'm at McDonald's." And so
What are you, Luigi?
then Lauren's office called and said, "You want to come out? Can you get a 3:30 flight?" I go, "Impossible, not at all. It's 1."
Yeah.
And the way flights work, and then I turned into a Nate Bargatze joke. So I went and got in at 1 a.m, and then they didn't even tell me the script, nothing. They just said, "Just try to pull off some semblance of Hunter. We'll throw a wig on you." And
Jesus.
And then Dana had seen it that night and said, "We were practicing it at midnight, and it's way too long. We're just going to chop it down." So anyway, you could get there and get cut. This reminds me of my old days. Like, what if I go there?
Yeah.
And they go, "It's just too long. Sorry." I'm like, "Sorry, what?" They're like, "Go back home. Sorry."
Al Franken's in the back, like, "No, it's not working."
No, I sound like I'm trashing Al. Listen, if he doesn't think I'm fine, that's okay. It just wasn't what I wanted to hear at my...
I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I did a show at Gaffigan, and he's been doing the Tim Walls, or he was during the election. And I was like, "How cool is that?" He's like, "I'm losing road work. Like, I'm losing money, and they pay you like $4,000 or something." He's like, "This is crazy." It's cool to do, but
SNL, like, this one was not a money thing, but it was definitely really fun to go in. Plus, we talk about it a lot, and it was fun with Dana and Church Lady. I always thought was funny, and so I just did it. It wasn't even some huge impression, but it was, you run in there, you get a wig, they're fitting, they're taping your head.
That's
they're like,
fun.
go to fucking Wardrobe. And then I see all the other cast, and
yeah.
And then
get to snort some fake lines.
Yeah, dude. Oh, this is where you used to do lines.
Yeah.
And then go to my old dressing room. Go to the bathroom. This is where I used to throw up before the show.
Do you get back there and go, "Thank God I'm not in this world anymore"?
No, it does give me anxiety, which I wish we had that word back then. Fuck, I would say it every day. We just didn't have it. You know what's funny? You're a kid. You just can't blame everything on everything. You're just like...
That's true.
Hey, it's a scary show. It's tough. I don't feel great today. That was it.
That's why everyone just drank heavily back then, because they didn't know what anxiety was.
Yeah, they knew how to do it.
Or therapy.
Or eat, yeah.
Yeah.
When you do make a movie like Tommy Boy, does that just come together by Lauren being like, "You guys should make a movie"? Like, what's the process?
Pretty lucky just being there. I wasn't even doing that much on the show. I was never in any year had like a huge year. It was always just chipping away at writing, trying to get in a few lines, getting in there more. Farley came out of the gate great, but everyone knew it when he came in. Sandler clicked right away. Chris Rock had his whole thing when he got there. So Schneider actually did well pretty quickly, but it was very hard to just sit there on the sidelines and keep trying to get a few lines. Or I had Dana Carvey, who was great. He's too good,
He's the best.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're going to be here for when Dana craps out." I'm like, by the way, Dana's still doing it as of last Saturday.
Yeah, right.
So I
You
go,
felt like a backup quarterback.
I don't think. I don't want to pull the Aaron Rodgers 3 years waiting. You're going to be great one day. And I'm like, well, so with Farley, I'd done a little more, but it was more about around the office and making fun of him and laughing. And we just always had a good time. And he would always go, "He would make fun of me, say something about it." He just thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And so we would all obviously shit on each other. And then when Lauren said, "Make a movie about these two," because he had a deal at Paramount. And so for a summer movie, they're like, "What do you got, Lauren?" He's like, "Got too many good things happening." He's like, "Oh, right, I'm supposed to do a movie." They just did Wayne's World or something.
Oh,
He's like, "Well, maybe get these two, and two of the writers, Bonnie and Terry Turner, can write out a rough idea for these guys." So
it's a good script.
So they wrote it, and it was called Billy the Third, and a Midwestern. It's kind of funny, a little tagline, right?
Yeah.
And then
I like that.
And then we were going to shoot it that summer, and Fred Wolf came in to help it and make it better. And then Sandler was doing Billy Madison. And so we had to change the name. We were like, oh my God, of all names. So his was coming out first. So Tommy Madison wasn't an option, I guess. We should have thought of that. But
Happy Madison?
Yeah, that came later, but I agree that it was, we were like, shit, we'll change it. And then we just could not think of a name for the fucking movie. And Brian Dennehy, I think, kept calling him Tommy Boy. And And then when they told me Tommy Boy, I go, boo. Because I still like the old one, and I just didn't know if that would be any good. It didn't sound like any movie I'd ever seen. It didn't sound like Caddyshack.
Right.
It didn't sound as cool, but that worked out. But then the next year, they just go do another one. This is the first time. This is how easy I thought it was. Lauren was like, okay, Tommy Boy's doing great. So next year, another one. Chris, you too? We're like, he's like, ooh. yeah, boss. So we're like, Fred writes Black Sheep. And then we got a director, and then it was greenlit, and it wasn't even finished. It was just like, they're going to write it, and you're going to shoot it next summer. I'm like, and then you just think how hard it is to get movies in the real world.
Right.
Because then I think the next summer he goes, you want to write a Gap Girls? I'm like, no. Even though I thought, I'll just do another one next year, whatever my choosing.
Yeah.
But it was really like lightning in a bottle, window shutting, you don't know. And then I leave the show, and there's no point to doing any sketch ones anymore, really. And luckily got on Just Shoot Me, and then luckily whatever other shit happened. But it's just, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just still talking.
Well, you're at the mercy. Back then, you're at the mercy of like, I got to get a gig.
Yeah.
Now I feel like you can do your own shit.
Well, now I can do stand-up.
Yeah.
As hard as it is. I'm fucking late in the game because, man, it is a beating to go out there. It is.
But when it works, it's fun.
Yeah, and when it works, it's great. I mean, the shows itself are fun. I feel like I'm doing something. You feel like you're good at something if it works. And you
got your voice so down. I mean, your voice is.
I think so.
I hear one of your jokes. I'm like, that's a Spade joke.
Oh, good.
Like dry and kind of sarcastic and self-deprecating. You just know a Spade.
Stanley
joke.
used to call me and he goes, "Hey, have you seen this comic?" I go, and he goes, "He's doing you," and I'm like, "That's a thing. You can do that." It was like over the years. No, they're just doing your fucking shit. I go, what is my shit? Because that's the thing about lately in my stand-up. I'm trying to tell more stories because stories are really the only way it's your fingerprint, where this is just what happened to me and my version of it and my take on it. But if you say, when I used to go open or middle, I throw middle in there because when I got on SNL, I was a middle and I wasn't even ready to headline. Then they go, you should go headline on the weeks off. I go, and do what? How 40 minutes? So how do I take 25, Google? How do I take 25 and make it 40?
Yeah.
You go to the crowd.
So who was doing you? Jay Farrow?
No, there was, I don't know, there was, and one was a girl.
Oh, interesting.
So, but it was funny. Take just the idea of like, it could be something, because I was always a research paper of like Kevin Nealon and Dennis Miller. Everyone I liked, Seinfeld, everyone I saw, you just start steering your style from just comedy in quotes. It's like music when girls are like, I like a guy that's funny. It's like, well, what kind do you like?
Yes,
because
exactly.
There's so many kinds. It has to sync up. So do you like R&B? Do you like rock? So with comedy, it's like this kind I like. I started to hone it. I started to think that was funny, and then started to write. But writing part of it is tough too. But some of these stories are funny. And then I did a joke I was saying when I was on the road, and this headliner, right before I brought him up, he goes, "You're going before me?" I go, and he goes, "No Jeopardy jokes, no Wheel of Fortune." But he's doing my whole act. I'm like, and he's like, no this. I'm like, he goes, "I do all that shit." I'm like,
oh no.
Oh, and a funny coincidence, so do I. So I literally had not only did I have a Jeopardy joke, I had a play school fucking xylophone.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Good times.
Lost all respect.
We got
phones just lit up.
Yeah.
And I go like this, bing bong. Oh boy.
Well, that was the 70s. It was a different time.
When my buddy lived at Columbia, and Vic Henley,
we know Vic.
We knew Vic, yeah.
So Vic, shockingly for being a goat roper from fucking Alabama or wherever he wound up in Arizona. So I met him, and then we lived together for a year.
Wow.
And he had a gacked out roommate. His roommate was so gacked out. I remember when Vic was gone, I was kind of scared of him because he was so fucking, and he had all this cola, and he's like, "You're fucking doing something tonight." And he was like tweaking, and I'm like, I would love it. It's just at this juncture right now, I have to kind of go over here and do this. It's like, I had a whole day the next day, and he fucking trapped me in the kitchen, and he's like, "Do this fucking line." I'm like, "Dude, I can't." He was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Oh, wow.
Fucked up. He's all fucked up. And I was like, I did it. And then it was over. He's like, all right. And then he went and watched TV, and I'm like, no, what now? I fucking was like John Bonet. I walked around the apartment complex 3,000 times. Next day ruined. Didn't go to sleep. I was like, and it was literally, I don't know. Anyway, so I go, this is supposed to be fun. It's not fun when you have a gun to your head.
Right.
So, and then immediately the fun was over for him once I did it. So I escaped my pounding. By the way, the Comedy Store basement, a little dank. Now I wasn't expecting miracles. I'd never been down here to see where the bodies are buried, but this is just a ghost of
I know.
A Pauly Shore hand job from 1991.
There's so many rooms.
I didn't know. This is.
Was there pressure on your cast SNL to get fucked up? Was everyone drinking and partying
it was
so much?
actually less.
Plus Farley's.
Yeah.
I think Farley took it upon himself to keep the traditions going because it was too valuable of a job.
Right.
Yeah.
Sandler was never a big drinker. Chris Rock never. And it was more, everyone was so lasered in on the job going, because the word around there was you're about to get fired. And we still talk about that word. Even today, you can ask Sarah Sherman, anyone there, they're like, I think I'm going to get fired. Because you just don't know, and you're never doing quite good enough in your eyes, and you're in that bubble of the, you do the show like I did last week, and then you don't know anything until you leave, and someone's like, oh, hey, I saw you. And then I'm at the airport, the guy's like, oh, I saw you do Hunter Biden last night. I'm like, you did?
Right.
Because you forget that it goes out to the whole world, and then it's on TikTok, and it's on, whatever, Yahoo News. So if you're there over and over, it's just like a little click. But we didn't drink. The question is, we didn't drink and get too fucked up unless maybe the week's off or the after party, because we had to be. I knew I had to give every possible way to be good on that show.
Yeah.
And I was falling apart anyway because the stress of just like losing weight and feeling like shit, just eating pizza all day. We didn't know what carbs were. Honestly, I swear to God, I did not know what carbs were. It was just pizza, probably not great for you. Yeah. Pizza, spaghetti at night, not a water bottle in sight. You know what I mean? Like, my dad hasn't had a glass of water in 22 years. Yeah. There's people that do not drink water, and then you're like, you need about 3 gallons a day.
I know.
And it's like,
it went from nothing to just, I have to drown.
Right.
Exactly.
Who were the hosts that were awesome and who sucked? Like, as a human, I mean.
Still got beef with Eddie Murphy?
I don't.
Oh, good.
Good.
I don't. I'm going to have to see him at the 50th. So.
Come on in, Eddie.
Yeah, I'd like to see Eddie do stand-up again. I mean, that would be fun, but I think it would be hard for Eddie, like you said, to just practice.
Of course.
No one gave a shit back in the day. He's in New Jersey, wherever he lives, and just doing clubs. And
yeah.
No one knows what's going on, and now it's just too much news.
If he comes in here, it's news.
It's all
exactly.
News.
Every phone comes out.
Yeah, at that level, how do you work out? I guess you can't.
How does Chris? I mean, everybody likes Chappelle.
But Chris will pop into the cellar.
Right, but it's still, do they have to put their phones in a bag? Or?
Everyone does it, yeah.
When Chris comes in?
Yeah. No, just default.
As you walk in.
That's the new thing there. It's kind of nice.
I know that.
Come by. We'd love to have you. Say the N-word.
I did figure out finally a way to call the cellar and get in, and so I was like, oh,
come on.
Because I was... But if you don't know anyone, I'm just going to walk in and how dare I try to bump or something?
Just shoot me. Asshole. Great show. Throw that around.
You can bump.
Lost and Found, Emperor's New Groove. The guy Kuzco's here from Emperor's New Groove, he said. Fucking C's part.
But you never know. I mean, didn't Dana Carvey went viral online for just doing a Biden? Is that where SNL plucked?
Yeah.
Figured that's incredible.
Well, we were doing the our stupid podcast, and we were joking that they never do Biden or the show. And he goes, I think I kind of got a hook on Biden. He would do a little bit. Then he had a new one. Then he's like, and furthermore, and see here, and here's the thing. And then he started doing it. And just doing that, we did that. And we talked about Fauci.
Oh, right.
And I mentioned something about the border. And just that, you forget that people are so used to hearing just one.
Right.
And I'm like, I think we're supposed to talk about everything. And I just said, it was something about COVID, of course. And I said, I knew it was kind of a scam because if they're letting everyone in the border and they don't give them a shot, then what am I worried about? Like, if it was so scary, legal, illegal, you have to get a shot if you're coming in here.
Right.
And if they're not, I'm like, I can't go to work. That's all I said. I go, that was something sketchy going on. And that was 6 million views in 1 second. I was like,
Oh, wow.
whoa, what happened? They're like, and then half the people are like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck me, what? What am I saying?
Yeah.
And then Dana goes, he goes, Fauci's like, you get a shot when you go to the airport, you get a shot. We're going to have 6 shots a day and we're going to shoot the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And just being funny like that, again, people flipped out and we're like, is this really controversial to make fun of? You're supposed to make fun of everybody.
Yeah.
You can't just praise everyone.
Right.
So then he said Biden. He's like, hey, come on. And he made fun of Biden. And then we did that a few times. And then, he makes fun of Trump, but no one says anything. But we make fun of Biden and we got mad. And so then we're like, we're doing both. We're doing both.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
I think it's good for SNL that they're doing both now.
It was
Definitely.
good. Then they saw Biden. They said, why don't you come out and do it?
Right.
And he was like, oh, shit, yeah, because it was getting funnier. And I said, Dana, we should put up a podium and just do like a little sketch about it. Because it's funny. You're just doing it right here, but put a wig on you or something. Anyway, they brought him out, did it. It was kind of a good, way to do it. And then, and now he's doing a lot of stuff out there.
Oh, great.
Yeah, fun.
Again, why the internet is great, because they would have said no. You can put it online yourself.
But, they had to see that it worked. Somebody
true.
liked it. It started to work.
Right.
And they're like, okay, it was like an audition in a weird way. They go, oh, that works.
Yeah.
And he should do Fauci, but Fauci's not around anymore. But he does a lot of funny people. I mean, he's so good at just picking something and then grinding it down and getting it going.
Dude, we had the VHS of Opportunity Knocks in my household.
Oh, yeah.
That was my brother's favorite movie. So we watched it probably 12 times.
Yeah. He gets a lot of people that know the old movies. I think after you got that?
I got it. Couldn't
God, I
figure
wish
it
you had a
out.
close-up of slow motion.
I'm very indecisive.
You were hovering over it. You're like, that's funny. And then you go, I don't want to interrupt the story, but
Exactly.
Fucking lunar landing. Dana's great. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, he's great. He's always great.
I like you two turds dressed up in tuxedos.
That's all Photoshop. It's not even a real tux.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That's not real.
Oh, you fucking
We don't even own a tuxedo.
tricked. 1 for 1. You tricked me when I walked in. So you go up and do spots after this, or how does it work?
I'm flying home.
Oh, yeah, you guys are going home today.
We did 4 last night.
4 of these?
We did the show last night, but before that,
Yeah.
Oh,
We
horrible.
were running into the ground, man.
Oh,
we worked way too hard on this.
It's hard. If you get someone that doesn't talk, luckily I'm a fucking yapper.
Yap it up.
But I yap because on ours, if people don't talk, you go, oh, and then they go, you over talk. I go, well, people aren't talking.
I know.
It's very hard to think of shit to ask people.
Right, it's work.
Either that they don't get asked or whatever. You just want to sort of bullshit like you're at dinner. And I go, I don't care if people over talk, but it's hard to keep things moving.
I like when people talk because then it's less to do.
You guys, I like you guys are both zoned out. It's good. You guys like action.
I thought you were Jezelneck.
Is it over? No, I cut my hair now. He looks more like me than I.
Yeah, he's got the flip.
Yeah, he flipped.
Now
He
mine's
changed
fucking
it.
buzzed because in Bus Boys I might cut off all the sides and dye that top black. I'm just like fucking around with it and just wind up with a wig. Who knows?
Top black. You're like a famous blonde guy. I don't think you can go dark.
Some of the salt is taking over the pepper. I mean, this I just saw in the back. I thought was blonde, and someone goes, "It's gray." I go, "What the fuck did you say?"
Yeah,
You know who it was? Al Franken. He walked up behind me getting a little aggressive. That too? Jeez, I can't win.
We had him on this pod, and we were trying to be reverent and supportive. He's such a legend. And we played all his sketches, and they all died. It was brutal.
He was laughing.
Yeah.
He's fun. He used to write those political things on the show. I could see why we didn't 1,000% sync up. If I'm not popping off the page from the first minute, I was a writer there. You see people come in, you go, fuck, I want to write for them.
Who are the people you want to write for?
Well, I mean, I could tell immediately when Adam would just have different ideas. I go, fuck, Adam really knows what he's doing. Like, different characters, super weird ideas. Smigel would go right with him. I'm like, oh, fuck. And he also gets Smigel and Downey, and they all liked him. I think they liked me, but as you know, I'm more of like, I want to say one note because it's accurate, but it sounds bad. But it is sort of, when I was there and I liked a Bill Murray type, I felt like he was always kind of Bill Murray. He wasn't super impressive.
Not a lot of range.
Yeah. So I go, I'm kind of like this. what I should have done is probably try to do Weekend Update earlier. I never wanted to.
Right.
Well, you kind of did that at
I
other
did something
stages.
like that, and I'd go on and do it, and then I go. Then it was almost too late because if I wasn't that concentrated and harsh, it's like Nikki Glazer, like when she did that Amazon football thing. Do that. You know what I mean? Once they see something work, then everyone's like, do that.
Exactly.
But you shit on so many.
Hour.
You shit on so many famous people. You like Showbiz Show, and I mean, did you have to run into people around town who would be like, dude,
well,
what the
everyone
fuck?
hates it. It's just you can't really say you don't like it because then you don't want to make an enemy of me. Because suddenly I'm this dipshit from Arizona who's 27 or something, and I'm like, you know who fucking sucks? Elizabeth Taylor. It's like some huge star, and everyone's like, what? And then I go, they suck, and she's looking like shit. Sleeps on her face every night. Everyone's like, God damn, dude. But then they laugh, and they go, ah. So it's just basically what you say anyway around with your friends. So that saved my job. I wasn't doing enough. I did some sketches, and they were fine, but not enough to be like, you have to be here. So when it ultimately, that bought me some time, and then do a couple other things, and then fucking got out, and then luckily land on something because, that cliff you can fall off leaving SNL, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look at the reunion, we're coming up to this big 50th reunion, and they're like, here's the 900 cast members. I'm like, what? There's some that want to be on our podcast. I'm like, no idea. They go, oh, they were on for 11 seasons. I go,
isn't that weird?
But in fairness, we usually say like your favorite casts, most people's is like 7th grade through college.
Yes.
Like high school, like all the time when you're fucking think it's so funny and they're doing shit you can't believe. And it's just like you talk to your friends about it. And then you get distracted after that and you're out every night. And so, but there's a special place for people that have their cast they like. So people come and they go, oh, my favorite cast is Kristen Wiig and blah, blah. I'm like, of course. There's still good people. And there was before or when we were there after, but they said we were horrible. And then we believed it. And then later, Will Ferrell got there and they go, no, those guys are horrible. You guys were good. And then later they're like, fuck, where's Will Ferrell? And I'm like, guys, you see what you're doing? Yeah. This happens every time. Whoever's there now is bad. Yeah, it's the same with these kids today. Yeah. Every generation says that, including us. I'm exactly what you're doing. I'm bitching about everything now. Well, I got to ask. Personal question. So you used to skateboard. Yeah. That was my whole life growing up. Oh, for real? Yeah. So I think you were in, was it Police Academy? Yes, sir. 4? First movie. Yeah. First? 4, the good one, yeah. It answered the questions from 1, 2, and 3. They did 7, by the way. Oh, I saw them all. And they did not put me in 5, and I fucking flipped out. No way. I was like, what did I do so wrong? Well, Steve Guttenberg, poor man's Bill Murray. Fucking Goody put the kibosh on me. Really? No, there was actually an extra on Police Academy, and I have obviously no game. I was never famous. I couldn't. No dates in high school, barely. I was always like a friend. And then college, started stand-up. But when I got on Police Academy, I'm kind of, I have a trailer and stuff. And one of the extras was just knockout. And so I'm like, I'm in here for 10 weeks. I have nothing to do. So I asked her to go to Bob Seger. Oh, nice. What a fucking great concert to go to. Night moves. Yeah. And she goes, yeah. And then I was talking to Goody at luncheon. The Goot. The two funny things were it was raining, so I just sat in his trailer and we bullshitted till lunch. And he made my whole salary while we were sitting there. Of course, I calculated it. I was like, you got him back. Because he got $1.9 million on the movie. I was like, wow. What the fuck? Back then. I'm like, for what? No offense. For what? What do you do? He was cute. He's hot. So Gutenberg was friendly to me, and then I said, oh, I'm going to. I go, you want to go? And he goes, oh, I love Bob. Yeah, I'll go. Let me grab some skeezer. So we doubled. We went to Bob. Isn't that funny? We went to Bob Seger. Oh, jeez. And then his date liked him, and my date liked him. And it was the first time I just saw the trade up so clearly. Because I was in the movie. I thought I was fucking hot shit. Right. Turns out I was cold boogers. And she was like, fuck, this guy's so great. And so she was flirting with him clearly. And then he didn't bite. And he broed me out. That's I mean, if he did it behind, which is better.
Yeah.
But at the time, he's like, no, dude, I wouldn't do that to you. So I like that.
Can we pull up Gutenberg's dating history? I think he had quite a run.
Well,
him and Scott Baio.
Good looking, 1.9 million.
Yeah.
On
funny.
the fourth one, it must have gone up after that.
Yeah.
And then nice guy, funny. I'd still see. I don't see him much, but
yeah. What's he doing now?
But you were asking about the skateboarding.
Yeah.
That was great. I love skateboarding in Arizona. Skating pools. We had a ramp in my backyard.
Hell yeah.
Shittiest ramp, but we had pipes. We had desert pipes. That was the one thing we had. No one had.
Yeah, we built the ramp.
It looks good.
Mahoney.
I mean, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, really? I don't know any of these. Rumor. It's Jill Martin from fucking Quincy Jones. What are these old? These old.
All right, maybe I was wrong.
Elizabeth Taylor. Holy shit.
Fucking Betsy Ross.
Maureen McCormick. Get out of
you're
here.
joking.
That's insane.
That chick's AI.
That is weird. That pops up now on Instagram.
I can't. It's just if I could block my phone from AI.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's anything. First of all the girls are AI. Second of all, I don't know. Well, all the UFOs right now, I think they're real, but there's
the drones. You ever crank one and you're like, oh, that was a fake woman? I've had that.
I crank it and it was a drone.
Oh, that was one of mine that bombed last night, the drone joke.
Yeah.
I said, usually when a guy from New Jersey says, what is that thing? He's talking about a trans person.
That bombed?
Yeah, it's
I think it was
your
okay.
crowd?
It wasn't our crowd.
No. It was Breckenmeyer.
I say, on SNL, I was going to say, is it true that these drones are just, or the orbs are, each of them have a cast member from the 90s and they're just dropping them in the studio every week? Because we all keep showing up. Sandler was there last week.
Oh, that's right.
That's
yeah.
right. And
Chris was the host.
Yeah.
He killed that monologue.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Now. I got a joke for you. That's all I have so far.
Superman can't walk.
Is that what he says? Is that a joke?
Yeah. What's next? Hulk gonna get the gout? Aquaman gonna drown in the tub? I know his whole act.
Is that what he used to say? Hulk gonna get the gout?
Yeah.
Funny.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, Christopher Reeves in a wheelchair.
Has it been long enough? Can I do that? One time when I was doing stand-up at the beginning, I was just at a local comedy club. I'd only been to one comedy club and seen someone. I was absolutely fucking floored that they did an hour. I'm like, this guy making this shit up? This is unreal.
Yeah.
So I go, they start these shitty comedy nights in Arizona. I told Colin Quinn, I said, this was before there was a comedy scene in Arizona. He goes, you think there's a comedy scene in Arizona? Who said that? I go, oh, you're right. So anyway, I go to this place and then I go, oh, I was telling someone what I was going to do because it was, open mic night.
Right.
And they go, that's pretty funny. I go, yeah, that's Billy Crystal. I was just listening to his album. And they go, oh, and where are you going to do that? Up there? And I go, yeah. And they go, I don't think you can do that. I go, I think you're just supposed to get up and just try to be funny.
Right.
I fucking had no idea.
Wow.
And I didn't do it, but I was like, I didn't know. There's no rules. No one says anything.
No.
Open mic nights, no one tells you one fucking thing.
But
and I just go, it's funny.
The xylophone, too. You were really
Yeah, I
reaching.
sort of had a hunch. I had a Wheel of Fortune bit. It's fucking killer. Actually, I had a Tom Petty hat, and I do Tom Petty. I had a big fucking top hat, And then at the end of, and then one time, Dennis Miller, who was my favorite, I still love Dennis.
Okay, babe.
I was opening for him. What am I, Gleeko? Spudley. And I was there, and I was walking up front, and I had the girl was standing there. It was after New Year's Eve, and I had a girl standing there, and I was holding it like this, waiting for the taxi. You sleep in that fucking hat, Spud? I go, oh no, this is just. He goes, oh, I know what it is. He goes, I think it's time to lose the props.
Wow.
I go, really? He goes, you're not a prop actor.
All right,
I did you a favor.
He gave me two good pieces of advice. He told me to fucking lose the hat. The xylophone obviously goes with it.
Sure.
The whole, storage unit goes. The whole storage unit act.
The whole trunk.
Yeah. It was actually just a small suitcase. And then I did open for him, and then it was like the old black and white special I opened for him.
Wow.
Killer special.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then a little later, I'm like, he sees me. It's something by the seashore in New York. not Caroline's, but maybe there's something.
That was on the seaboard.
There's something seaboard. And I go, and he goes, you changed your act. And I go, yeah, I wasn't doing that good on the road. And I was actually doing hackier shit in a weird way. And he goes, nah, you got to go back to the other shit. He goes,
what?
He handed you back the hat?
Yeah, he goes, just do the shit you're doing because that's innately from you. And he said, and if it doesn't work, then you're just not cut out for it, but don't change it.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, fuck. And then I did it, slowly came back. One last thing, and then I'll let you guys talk, is Bob Goldthwait gave me a good piece. I opened for him, and he said, I remember being in fucking Oklahoma, whatever. And it was 3,000 seater, which is way too much. Even today, a club is great. When it gets over 3,000, it's just hard to manage, you know?
Right.
And so, like, we did those homes with Sandler.
Yeah, that was fun.
They're fucking kind of hard to manage because
yeah,
there's a lag, and then there's people talking over here and people getting up. And anyway, it's hard to get, like, throwaway jokes in this situation.
Right.
That's a lot of my act is throwaway, and my whole act should be thrown away, obviously. So I go in wherever I was, and I do a 3,000 seater with Bob, and I'm like, you guys watch Michael Jackson? You ever notice and I do my dog shit, and then I'm getting screamed at and heckled the whole time. And so I feel bad backstage, and he goes, well, you know what? No, I'm kidding. No, he'd drop it and talk normal. He goes, do you know that every bit starts with a question? I did not know that. He goes, just say it. Just say Michael Jackson has a new album and do your joke. He goes, you're giving them a window. You say, you guys heard the new Michael Jackson album? And they go, no.
Right.
And every fucking joke started like that.
And then you got to be like, well, I'm still doing it.
I go,
I'm still doing the joke.
I'm doing the joke, but I don't leave them a pause to ruin it.
Yeah.
So I just go, I got the new Michael Jackson album, and if you notice it, and then they can't, there's no reason for them to talk.
That's a good
And you're
note.
cutting fat, too.
Yeah, cutting fat.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they just boo at the end, which is smart. It helped me. They were like, just the whole act is a boo. And so we're not going to interrupt you the whole time. We're going to save it.
Right. So these Sandler shows you guys did, was that arena?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We did one that was like in the that outdoor.
Was it St. Augustine, maybe?
We did a couple, yeah.
We did. I jumped on. Yeah, everyone's kind of jumping in and out.
Yeah.
And, it was good to see you there because you're not normally on those, and
it was fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
And it's just fun.
Yeah, I felt a little like, I'm like, you guys all go back 30 years, and I was like the only guy who wasn't a part of that. So I was like, ah, shit, but.
Yeah, you were like a child. We were like babysitting. No, he comes out, and you know, Sarah Sherman came on a few. I was on.
Yeah.
You came on. Was she on that one?
No. I think he brings one younger person.
Oh, yeah.
And it's me or Sarah.
Are you the young guy?
I guess.
Anyway,
Compared to Schneider.
I said younger.
I
didn't say
give
young.
you the fucking Franken.
Try the veal.
No, but it's funny because it's really fun when he's there and everyone's there and other people are there. And Dan Bula is super cool.
He's great.
He's on SNL writing and he's so good at it.
He's a killer.
Really just a great find, you know, because he writes for those things. He writes for Sandler specials, and he's a good all around dude. You know, they all wear suits on show night, all the writers. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I was the Please Don't Destroy dudes are all standing there like this.
Really?
With all suits on. I'm like,
why would they do that?
What fucking shitty bit are you guys doing? Like, no, we wear suits. I'm like, oh, wow. I went to the cast party embarrassingly like this.
Right.
I was in my 3-minute sketch. It's weird to be in like one thing and then.
Right.
I was never in a ton, but it's just weird to just know for sure. A, you're in this, and A, it's not getting cut. But B, you're in nothing else. So the energy went up and then it dies down because dress, it's over. And then you wait 2-hour dress and then another 45 till the show starts. Then it goes up again. And then I got to wait the whole show. Then I go, must go to party.
Yeah.
Crawl.
Right.
Must act cool.
Yeah.
Must eat free linguine.
I remember the first SNL party I went to, I thought the drinks were free. I was like a poor open micer, and I drank 8,000 Jack and Cokes, and they were like, that'll be $600.
Oh,
like,
for real? I actually thought it was free too.
Yeah.
I've never been to one. I assumed it was free.
They're fun, but it's just some fancy steakhouse or something.
Yeah. I mean, this was like tables and booths, but they put me in the way back. It was actually too far from the action because it was like a bar area fun. Then like a few tables and cool area where I looked for where to sit, and they go, no, you're back here. and then kind of around a corner, and then you could see us, but it was like Lauren's table, me, Dana, and I think Sarah Sherman, but it was too far removed. Like, I kind of wanted to go out here and see everybody.
Yeah.
Because cast, when I went there, they'd get me and go like, all right, if Chris Rock or Schneider's here, we'll pair you up with them. Like you guys get a 4-top table. But Mike Myers would have his full table. And it's just always, it's always that and everything.
Yeah.
So, and then Lauren, you go up, hey, Lauren. This isn't UFO related. Sprinted out of here. Like,
that was a loud exit.
Knew something,
right there.
yeah.
I remember meeting Lauren. Somebody introduced me to him, and he's got a big mitt. He's got quite the paws on him, that guy. He's got
funny.
Pull those hands up. I mean, he's like
pull
those
Lauren's hands up. This is the first Google search in history of Lauren.
We lost the Google guy, but yeah, Lauren he's like a mob boss.
That guy that sprinted out of here, where do you think he went? I like your lights are so fucking.
He had to rub one out to Yasmin Blue.
That is not Lauren's hand, is it?
I'm telling you, look at those mitts.
That is crazy.
It's like Joe Rogan's hand. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he could squeeze an intern and pop him like a zit.
He was great. We did this first show, and then he's, we didn't talk too much about his hands, but he, I go, Mark Norman thinks you have a huge dick.
I bet he does.
He said that. I go, well, basically. Your hands are big. Then he kind of.
Oh, yeah. Well, Lauren's the man. Our buddy Shane Gillis got fired. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
And he still calls him, to apologize, probably once a week.
Shane. I like that Shane went back.
Yeah.
It's fun. Why not?
That was great.
That was good.
Millionaire. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, Norm went back when he got.
Oh, that's
that
right.
monologue was so good. That Norm monologue.
The show blows.
Yeah. That was fucking
amazing.
great.
I'm sure everyone's had like this. Why did we have this fucking guy back? Worse than Shane. Norm is like on a mission.
Yeah.
On a mission to ruin his life and career at all times. So he's just like.
Well, legend has it he was in the green room with Artie Lang, and he was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just walk. I'll just leave them with no host. And Artie's like, that's funny, but you'll never have a career again.
Yeah.
So he did those.
When Artie Lang is talking.
Talking sense into it.
I love Artie, but holy shit.
Artie. Yeah, I haven't seen Artie in a long time.
I know. I see that. He's the best. But
You
guy.
see him around or no?
No, not in a while.
Not as much.
A little bit. He's
see
teaching
Colin?
comedy class. Colin every night.
You see Colin Quinn?
Always around.
Oh, good.
Oh, constantly, yeah. Colin, it's so funny. We're running that roast set, and Colin sending us these supportive texts like, you're going to kill. It's so good. Then we see Attell, and Attell goes, hey, I'd say you're like 70% there. We're like, cool, we tape tomorrow. So
yeah. I literally thought it was in the future because when I was fucking waiting on you assholes the other night, I was like, with my big closer. I did that with Nikki because she came in the night a couple nights before, and I go, I'm going to do my last joke.
I want to hear this joke.
Rock her off the hinges.
Right. Al Franken hated it.
It bombed. It was a new joke. And I was like so happy. And then, but Nikki, I saw her. She watched. But then, but your guys, I thought it was like, maybe because it's not airing, I thought it was live.
No, thank God.
I thought you were doing it like.
Oh my
at the end of the
God!
month.
If that were live,
Whoa,
it wasn't the Ace Theater, right? Was it smaller?
Smaller. It was the Bellwether. It's a 300-seat rock club,
and it was less people because they had the cameras.
It's where they have.
It felt lighter than the cellar. It was weird.
It was rough.
Baseball card collectible meetings.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff scouted it out. Was he still the Roastmaster that day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one's doing that job.
No,
he's got it. I mean, he does have it cornered.
He does. He does.
Tonight we have the Roastmaster Lieutenant.
We were the privates.
Bill Squankmeyer. It's like, is the general sick? Are you covering up?
Yeah.
All right.
But hey, Simon Rex was front row.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to let you guys go.
All right.
Whoa, dude, you're the
I gotta
best,
get a spot.
man. You're the best.
You guys, thanks for having me. I think we all learned a lot.
Yeah,
did.
Learned
thanks
a
for
lot.
doing it.
I think you guys are both fucking hilarious. And
You too, man.
Oh, thanks.
I see you more on Instagram than in real life, but I like seeing it. Always funny.
Good relationship.
Yeah, it's good. At least I see something.
Yeah, thanks for the comments.
No, yeah, I do put comments.
That
on
helps.
sometimes,
That
yeah.
goes. I can show my mom.
I put a comment. Sometimes I just put random ones. And this girl the other day says, just, pops up in your feed. Sometimes they have 100,000 million likes.
Yeah.
And then I look at some and I go, this has 5 likes. How did it come across my desk? How did this get to my fucking phone? But she said, hey guys, so I'm having an operation. I'm getting my butthole removed. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I wrote, self-explanatory, no further questions at this time. And it gets like 1 million likes because everyone's like, what are you doing over here? I'm like, I don't know. Right. I saw it and I had to say something and then I move on.
And you blew it up.
Yeah, I blew it up. Get some fucking attention. I felt bad for her. She's getting her butthole removed.
Yeah, how's that work?
I had 1 million questions.
Yeah.
I acted like I didn't.
Where do you poo?
I go, no, I got it. You blow your nose, there's diarrhea. I get it.
Was that the closer from last night?
That's my big
one.
That's
a 7 out of 10.
Fucking shit, dude. That's
we missed that.
We missed it.
I got to text Nikki
Yeah.
How about Nikki? Jeez, what a career. Golden
Nikki's
Globes.
Doing great. Yeah. Golden Globes are exactly the one to pick because I think there's talk of her doing the Emmys. I think Golden Globes are the one. That's smart.
You're a little looser.
They're going to wait for... If you have Ricky Gervais, then it's good.
Right.
Because they're going to go, at least we know this world of getting shit on. And everyone's like going to tighten up when they walk in there.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But I did see some of the jokes and they're great.
They're great. She's always killer.
I told her, slow down.
She's made for that.
You're already 90% there.
Yeah.
I should have said 70. It really fucks you up a little bit. You're like, 70?
Oh, yeah.
You're
she
like,
loves you.
And which ones was it that were not so good? You'll figure it out.
I called it tell after that thing last night. I was like, yeah, you made the right decision bailing on this.
Oh, he didn't do it?
Yeah.
They pushed hard, too.
They want him to be Jeff Ross's tumor.
Oh.
That would have killed.
It would have been funny.
Who got that job?
The tumor.
There was the real
nothing.
tumor played the tumor?
No.
Shit. Well, I'll keep putting comments on. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, dude.
Give me a head start. Give me a couple steps. And then
Get out of here.
See you in the parking lot. Okay. I guess that's it. That's how we end.
There you go.
Good to see you, boys.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And,
Hey, so David Spade, awesome to see him.
Fun guest.
Drink Bodega Cat Whiskey, bodegacatwhiskey.com. See us on the road. I'll be in Pittsburgh, January 23rd through 25th. We got Charlotte, Richmond, Philly, D.C., Bethlehem, all theaters coming up on the bus. Tulsa, Austin, Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, Memphis, Knoxville, Nashville, Birmingham, Georgia, Durham, New Haven, Providence, Portsmouth. Added a second show. Thank you guys. Portland, Maine, Burlington, Montreal, Toronto, Buffalo, Albany, much more. SamMorril.com/shows or go to punchup.live/SamMorril. /tickets or whatever. Punchup.live/Mark Norman. Let's find our tickets there. Mark, where are you going to be, man?
Thank you. I will be at the Addison Improv in Dallas, Texas, and then at the Ryman in Nashville, Asheville, North Carolina at some theater, and then I'm going to Europe and Australia, doing the whole thing, New Zealand. So check out the website.
Where in Europe are you going to hit?
I'm doing the big ones. I'm doing Gay Paris, then I'm doing the whole Scandinavian area.
That dude,
Amsterdam.
I got food recs for you. Have you performed in the Scandinavians?
I have, yeah.
They're so good.
I love Norway and Stockholm and Sweden, and then I'm going to Rome, which I've never performed in.
Rome.
And Athens as well.
Damn, Rome. You're going to have to hit me with Rex.
I will. I will.
I was so mad I didn't hit Italy
Matteo?
or Germany. Yeah.
Oh. Matteo's got all the Rex. But yeah.
All right. Well, this was fun, man.
Yeah, Spade. How about that? In the legendary Comedy Store. Thanks, LA.
Thank you.
Get some bodega, and we'll see you in hell. Check out the special on Netflix. The roast.
Sundays